Hello. All right, we're back again. The show is over, but the after show is not over. It's hardly begun. Yes. So we hope you had the opportunity.
Oh, Lowell Ann is coming.
Lowell
Great.
Ann.
Come in.
Oh, how nice. Hi, Lowell Ann.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
Yeah.
Let us put the thing in.
Yeah, we'll
Took
do
it
that.
out. I'm sorry for
Earbuds.
the inconvenience. It is behind.
Yeah. Okay. Well, were you able to watch the show?
Yeah, I did. All but the maybe first 5 minutes or so, I was late.
Can happen.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, I found it quite interesting, and it certainly fit everything that I sort of buy into as far as my maintaining health, etc. So I guess when the last little piece that Hans talked about, nutrition, stress management, moderate exercise, and psychosocial connection, I wrote those down, and I got thinking about that, and I said, well, that's just the 4 quadrants. That's really all it was.
Yeah, that is true. Just all aspects of ourselves. That's all it is. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And the other piece that I found, I was smiling to myself. I remember way back in my 20s, we left home and went to Montreal, and I remember living in downtown Montreal in my 20s, and of course, I didn't have a car or any of that, and I remember moaning and groaning about not being able to be in the woods or to live. And I guess it was me kind of reacting against the whole living in the concrete jungle kind of thing. And I remember my boyfriend, then later husband, and my brother laughing to kill themselves at me moaning about this. And thinking how dumb it was, and I was remembering that's a lot of years ago. But I mean, it was just hearing this conversation about being in nature and having beauty around you and all of that. I mean, it just passed through my mind. I was absolutely right, and they were wrong.
So there.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of that. That was because it was so many years ago. But I think that we don't really think a whole lot about the impact our environment has on us.
It has a lot.
I really felt for a long time I was just immune to such kinds of influences.
Yeah, no.
I'd be perfectly fine no matter where, city, country, big city, doesn't matter. And I've lived all those places, and I can say nice things about them all, including 5 years in Chicago. I mean, in the city, you know?
Yes, no kidding. Yeah.
So you have to know an awful lot.
Yeah, the city I live in, it's small. I mean, I guess the sort of it's about 200,000 people here, but what's really what I keep being really thankful about, my walking partner and I do a lot of walking. And like, we have this most incredible park right in the middle of our city. And, you're walking in the park and just saying, thank God we had some city fathers who had the vision to make sure that kind of thing happens. And of course, we have the ocean. We have walkways all along the ocean. I would spend my life on the ocean. you know, and I mean, as you begin to think about the impact of those kinds of things, I think there are lots of people who really need the mountains, don't they? And that has to do with the same thing. Yeah. So I think I think the environment does have a huge impact on us, and being able to be in a place where you can access nature easily and quickly is really, it's a gift.
Is that the upper left or the lower left?
Well, that's true. Is it? Which is it?
That's also upper right, because it's the impact from outside things on you.
Yeah, but I was trying to think of it, and I was thinking of the right. Which is it, upper or lower? It's both, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all together.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not only nature, it's whatever is surrounding us has an impact. And we begin only now to understand that it really has an impact on us. With these energies, you know, which are emanating from everything. It seems like woo-woo, but there are studies about that now, real science studies, who show that. It's on our mood and our body, I mean, the easiest thing is now who lives in Finland, they don't have light. Mm-hmm. And they were notoriously known as depressive and drinkers, because in winter it's so dark. And then they found out that there's missing light. And as far as I know, many people do a sort of a light therapy, you know, to have a certain, to imitate sunlight. Yes. And this rays of sun, I don't know how to call it.
Ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Well, I experienced that because I lived for 20 years in Canada's Arctic.
Oh, wow.
So you know that very well.
We used to call what you're describing, we used to call that cabin fever.
Sure.
And yeah, and a lot of us had full spectrum lights on our desk at work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge.
It's good that we understand it now, but before you thought it's just, you know, it's what it is. And so this is one of the examples, you know, what impact it makes. And the moon on the menstruation cycle of women, we know that, you know. And so this is only
not to mention the effect of the menstruation cycle of women and men.
Yeah.
So we know partially
today.
We know it for some parts, single parts, that there is an influence, but we are not aware that it's all influencing us. Every little bit of the air in our room, the air outside, the light, the colors, whatever it is, and not only on the psyche, but only on the body and everything. I mean, on the whole being, on the whole, even on communities. Talking about lower left, you know, when everybody is like this.
The more we develop, the more there is to be aware of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Now, the other thing that I resonated with, and you're going to get, I mean, you would guess this, Heidi, I know, is because I belong to a community choir here. And this choir has usually anywhere between 300 and 400 members.
It's amazing.
And it's a choir that the core belief is that anyone can sing.
Absolutely.
No auditions, none of that. And I mean, our leaders really know how to help that person who grew up believing they couldn't sing. You know, they call it composting. You put that person in the middle, surrounded by good singers, and just tell them to stand there and listen and don't do anything. And first thing you know, they can't help it. They're going to sing, you know. So, but the critical piece, well, I mean, it's music and it's understanding the impact of harmony. Vibrational harmony, but it's but it's more than just the voice. There's, I mean, when you're in a room, there's the harmony of community.
Absolutely.
And we all support one another and get to know each other. And I belong to a group of tenors, and after choir we go to the pub and have a glass of wine and some food and so forth. I mean, it's the harmony of community is every bit as important.
Absolutely. And this is the advantage if you live in a city, because there are more people.
Yeah.
You can connect. We are in the country, far away from, so our community is on the internet. Yeah, the expats, but we see them not so often. And we are in search of a common thing we can do together. So far we only eat together, but it's a little bit,
Well, and I couldn't agree with you more in terms of our internet community. I mean, I just as an example, I mean, Vivek has been his timing is sort of off. And I mean, we were so used to having him there and commenting. Even though we've not met each other in person, we developed those emotional kind of harmonic connections with people online, and there's so many people that would never believe that is true.
No, it is true. Yeah. And that's why I invite the people of the community here for Masterminding Integral Aging to come in and connect with us, because as far as it seems that we are the doers, and talking to the people, but it's not our intention. Our intention is to talk together, and create this community really, and not only written words. Written words is fine, but it's a whole bit missing. The next step would be talking, telephone and so, and then this is the highest step of, let's say, communication, which is not in real life nearby. But this is the best thing we can have. And I have the same experience to the people who I have met so often. I feel them like friends and like...
I do too, yeah.
And the thing is, when you see them in person, you begin, like if you knew each other since long time, it's not a new thing. It's not, who is how are you? You begin in a completely different point than when you only talk to people. For instance, when you only talk to people, then you see them.
And when you first meet someone you only know online, that's what they look like.
You mean writing?
No. I mean even in the.
Yeah.
In hearing,
and on camera here.
On camera you see that how they are looking like.
But that's not their physical presence.
Oh, I feel it like physical presence. You don't?
No.
Oh, he has maybe he doesn't do it so often as we do. I mean,
I do feel the physical presence. Although I've heard people say, like when they meet up at some conference or something, you'll hear somebody say, "Oh my goodness, he's way taller than I expected."
Oh, sure. That's what I mean. It's a completely different thing when you're in the presence of the person physically.
This is clear, but the expression, the idea of who the person is, I found it every time. I think 3 or 4 people I have met only online and then in person, I felt like friends immediately. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Continuous.
So, I mean, and of course, the other piece that I love about this is the fact that we meet people from various other parts of the world, and how that helps to expand and not feel alone, like feel as though we're connected on a wider, grander scale or something. I mean, if I were just hanging out on my hangout with just people in Victoria, I wouldn't get the same sense of kind of that sort of oneness that we get when we connect with people from other countries and other cultures. I love it. I just love it.
It's expanding, no? The mind, expanding everything.
Well, not just the mind.
No, not just the mind,
No.
but I remember the first time, I mean, this is development, no? When the first time we were on Skype, that was 6-7 years ago, I was already amazed. Oh, people from, look, they are there, and they are in France, the other in Germany, I'm in Italy, and this. I found it, and now even seeing each other, you know, and being in, how did your event lately? Vivek in India, we in Italy, then in Canada, and
in Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah. It is amazing.
And you and we, Lowell Ann, we're about 7,000 miles apart now.
I know. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
You're in our living room, you know.
Yeah.
She can only see the part we allow her to see.
The thing is, she cannot sit down to have dinner with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't know if you've ever joined, or you probably haven't gone and joined in on any of the things that happened after Jay's webinar.
I never went there because it is in nighttime.
Yeah, it's too late for you. Craig often invites everybody in, and quite often we're sharing a glass of wine as well.
Great. This is the disadvantage of time zones, you know. Sometimes, and when I wake up at night, and then the whole next day is gone. So
absolutely,
I don't do it. So,
do you watch them afterward?
Not yet. I'm still working on my stuff, and then I will, when I'm ready, I will do all this. They are bookmarked, and what I need to do, I will do.
Yeah.
What everything at its time. For instance, I heard he did about Facebook. When I'm ready to think about what I have to do with Facebook, I will go there, and so on. You know, I'm still in doing the basic, because I'm working on 5 websites at the same time.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how she does it either.
So it just happened, because with all the different topics we have, you know, and now the main task which I have now for the next few months is to create the website for the nonprofit and get all the other things there together, then lead the other to the single parts. Because with nonprofit, Google gives free advertising. I think $10,000 a month or something. This would be great, you know. And then I really hope that people can find us better, and that I get traffic. This is now my direction, to get the website ready for Google, for getting this advertising bonus, let's say, and then I will see how to do the other things. But this is the thing. And
I joined WA. I already had my website.
Yeah, mine too.
I worked with, I actually traded services with a guy here in town. So every other week we would work on his business stuff. And then alternating, we would work on my website. And so it was almost like a coaching session with him.
And this is
so good. I mean, he's a theme developer actually now, but at the time he was doing a lot of website development and so forth. So I learned a huge amount, and I think we worked together maybe. I mean, I think I'm in my 3rd website. I mean, we started 2 websites ago. Mm-hmm. And then moved things over. So, so we worked together for a long time. So I learned a lot about the site itself and how to do WordPress and all of that.
Yeah.
But what I wanted was the online business aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I certainly have learned. I've learned a lot from Jay. Man, that guy is clever.
Great. Yeah.
And I keep wondering, how come he never misses one of my hangouts?
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really neat, because I think that's the reason a lot of other people come because Jay is there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I watching, getting involved in his webinar and with the community, but I'm working my way through all of those videos, because I really honestly believe that, as you work through, there's always one or two things that, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a little late in this, because I first had a website done for me, this integralvoice.de, for my voice, because I always thought I need this and blah, blah. And as soon as the website was done, I wasn't interested anymore. And this thing I did coaching, and also. Then I had a person from Serbia who created the other website. It was a big website, The Power of Relationship, because I really thought I would go mainly into relationship work, and I still think about that. And then somehow now with it broke. I had a sort of a virtual assistant who then created the Wisdom Factory. It was DE, now it's net. When I ported it, took it over to WA. And she created the Wisdom Factory for last year's for events, for the relationship thing. But I saw that she didn't do all the things we are learning here, when I finally understood. And she left me alone. I was desperate, because I wrote to her, this needs to be done, nothing. And I was really desperate. I didn't know how to do it,
Look,
and
your story is so familiar. I have heard so many people tell that story.
Yeah. And so I was so grateful for the Wealthy Affiliate. And I don't even know whose link I took, who I hope yours.
Mine, I think. It was mine.
That's good. I'm grateful that you get the affiliate money for that. But I'm so happy to have found it, because I had questions to my virtual assistant. I asked her for months and I never got an answer. It was easy about the menus. Now I know this is easy. But she didn't answer, and I didn't know how to do it. And then I was in the community, and I asked the question in 20 minutes afterwards. I had done it.
Yes.
I was occupying my head about 3 months or 4 months.
I know. Yeah.
And I can only recommend to everybody who will see this, contact me or Lowell Ann if you want to go there, because it is Wealthy Affiliate. It is about affiliate marketing, but I'm using it not for affiliate marketing, but for learning how to do all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But we would get an affiliate commission on that.
but the other part is, I think I think I heard you say that the other day, that you now regard it as enjoyable work.
Absolutely.
It's fun. Yeah.
Because I know I don't bang my head against blocks. When I have a block and I don't know, I ask a question. And even if I figure it out myself, but somebody comes and answers. Maybe not everything, but I mean, for that, when there comes really a big problem, there are the professionals you can ask. But I think 90% of your questions are answered, or by support or by other people. And it's really, I'm so excited about it. And I try to tell people, and sort of, nobody really follows me in that.
But I mean, what you're saying is you're learning. I mean, the tools are there to learn.
Yes.
But again, it's getting back to that concept of community.
Absolutely.
They're making the concept of community work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this is great thing, really great thing. You are not alone, you are together. And we had first the community on Google+, then we have it here, and then we hope to expand the community on Facebook with Mark's help, because he is the Facebook guy. I'm not the Facebook guy.
I sort of gathered that.
I was going to get up and leave.
Oh.
Because I wasn't in the conversation here.
Oh, come on, go ahead. We can also go and prepare some dinner. So if you want to talk with Lowell Ann, I give you over there. the
that's not
show.
what I'm saying. You guys are having a chat about wealthy affiliates,
WA.
et cetera, et cetera.
No, it
That's right.
should have been.
Not a
But you
problem.
know what Hans said?
See you later.
He said you have to have your own business in some way. And I
like
was
that.
thinking about you when he said that.
To own your life, you need to own your own business, he said. I wrote it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I really thought about you in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to come in and see what you. Last week I had something else and I wasn't able to watch live. So I wanted to see what you did over here on Facebook. So I have posted in various ways my hangouts in my group or on my page, but I have to admit I don't fully understand the way Facebook works. Not the way I understand the way Google Plus works. I really intimately fully understand how Google Plus works. I get it, but I don't fully get it on Facebook. I really don't. I haven't figured out how to connect with new people.
Don't ask me. I'm not a Facebook person. I leave it to Mark. I'm the techie guy here in this family.
So, yeah, what did you think of Roland's plugin?
Yeah, I haven't tried it out. I hope that next week I will do our show with the plugin because I saw it only yesterday and I have to have some time to implement it. And I said to the people that probably next time we'll have a comment stream, and I really hope. I hope to have that.
I was just going to show you.
Shall we do that in a private and stop the recording?
Oh yeah, are you recording?
I'm recording. Yes, it is for the community, and we want exactly this plugin for comments because we want to have that as a community event, and we want to create a community and not just be some sort of teacher who is talking something. No,
I get it.
So we invite you next week. Join us and try out with us the plugin of comments, which a friend of us has developed. And for that, now I'm signing off, and I'm using your terms, Lowell Ann, signing off. And I thank you to have been here with us. Okay, I stop the broadcast, but see you next week.